hit the ground. 느낌은 crystal clear. 고속 나, I got no fear. Heartbeat racing louder than a gun. 이 순간 난 already won. I'm invincible. Nothing can break me. Limitless flow. Don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave. Wild and free. In mood that we. I'm all you see. Invincible. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Invincible. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. 두지 않아.
It is another beautiful day for Philippine volleyball as we continue our coverage of the PVL Reinforced Conference. Gene Assis and the Galeries Tower Highrisers today will take on the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. Pauline Gaston is ready for action as these two teams are very hungry to get their first victory in their respective campaigns. That is our first matchup of our triple header here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, to be followed by the Akari Chargers taking on the Petrogas Angels. We have one last match. Later this evening, we have the Creamline Pool Smashers as well, going up against the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells for our Pool B action in the Reinforced Conference. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service, alongside Jamie La Victoria, and of course, you already heard from Jules Israel. Jules, I'm very excited to hear your reports later on about our very hungry teams as they gun for their first victory. But now, Jamie, I need you to break down what's happening in Pool B.
That's right. Well, Migs, there's been a lot of surprises already here in the Reinforced Conference, and they have an opportunity today to get their first win as we see the team standings here. Now, on the left for Pool A on the top, Farm Fresh looking very sharp, along with PLDT and the Chocomucho Flying Titans. And as for Pool B, Creamline, Zeus Coffee Thunderbells, Petrogas, and there it is, the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers and the Galeries Tower Highrisers, hoping to get their first win today.
There actually has been a common theme between these two teams, CHERY Tiggo and Galeries Tower, as you take a look at Franz Ronquillo, who's looking to explode today, versus Aragalang. If you would look at the team statistics in our conference, these two are at the bottom in terms of spiking efficiency, Jules.
And Migs, that begs the question of which team will find their offensive rhythm today. Jamie, I'm wondering, what hasn't been clicking for these teams? Why are they on a losing streak currently?
Well, for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, they need to work on their firepower. They need to get that immediate side out. They need that 1-2 punch. And as for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers, they do tend to get hot and cold. There's a lack of consistency that they do need to work on. And let's see, today might be the day for them.
Anytime you talk about attacking prowess, firepower in the Reinforced Conference, well, we tend to look at the reinforcements. And in the previous game for CHERY Tiggo, Uni Batista was able to score in double figures, as well as Ces Robles, but it was not enough to score a victory.
That's right. Well, those two players, Ces with 14 points and Uni with 21 points, they do have that shared load. They bear a lot of responsibility for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers, but there needs to be more activation from the middle blockers. Yes, Ces, yes, Uni will always be there. They're digging, their service reception has been on point, but everyone needs to be incorporated in the offense today.
You know what, Jamie, before this game, I was able to see Jules talking to this woman right here, Ces Robles. How was that conversation like?
Yeah, so I got to catch up with Ces Robles earlier today, and the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers told me they don't have fuel in their tank yet, batteries aren't charged yet, and Ces admits that, you know, they are self-aware now. They haven't been playing like themselves, but they have a strong core. And for Ces, she's bringing that collegiate captain experience here because she's vocal. She's a vocal leader on court. And Pauline Gaston actually said that it was Ces in their last game who was stepping up for the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossover. So we'll definitely see more of that, and hopefully it translates well today.
On the other hand, you were able to talk to Gene Assis, I believe.
Yes, Gene Assis is also the local leading scorer for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. And you know, she is actually stepping on court with confidence. She told me in practice they have good connection and communication, but there is a gap between integration and application on the court. You know, Migs and Jamie, it's one thing to have a skill and it's another completely to practice it when the stakes are high. And for Jean Asa, she will just get crafty with every chance that she gets to score points for her team, and hopefully they make it also to the winning column today. So it's anyone's game today, Mix and Jamie.
How about that? We're at the start of our coverage, and yet our vocabulary is already very deep. Integration
Thank you,
and
Jules.
application. Well, yes, that has been a challenge for Jean Assis, and even their reinforcement in Yelena Siviovic, because in terms of scoring, only a combined 49 points across 3 games for these two.
That's right, there's Yelena and Jean Assis. Like I mentioned, also same like the CHERY Tiggo crossovers, everyone needs to step up, the right pin, the left pin, and it all starts with that service reception that the Galeries Tower Highrisers need to hone a bit. When you have a good service reception, you're able to activate all your players. Like that girl on your screen, Jean Assis, she came from FEU, she has that spunk, she has that attitude that can lead Galleries to victory.
And now we ask again our fans in the Filipinas live stream, which team will have more offensive rhythm in today's game? You know, they're both at the bottom of the standings, but we also want to know what you think and connect with us online with the hashtag PVL2025. We're in for a treat today in our first game of the triple header, Mix and Jamie.
Attack, attack, attack. That is the theme for these two teams as we begin our triple header here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. We'll be taking a short break. After that, we'll present to you the starters in our first serve.
Okay, yep.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
Thank you po.
yeah.
bawat isa sa amin, kaya namin i-fill in, ready yung bawat isa sa amin kung sino man yung ilagay sa loob ng court. This is the moment. Ano to? Oh! Aww. Every time na mapanood ko to, sobrang naiiyak pa rin ako. Hala. Oh, grabe iyakan namin dito. So, itong time na to, worth it lahat ng pagod. Kami yung pinaka-earliest na nag-start na mag-training. So, yung sacrifices namin, kahit na kasagsagan ng COVID. And of course, yung game kasi na to, sobrang ino-offer namin sa lahat ng family namin na hindi namin nakasama ng ilang taon. Itong time na to. And naalala ko tong time na to, kinausap ako ni Jaja, parang, ate, huwag ka munang maiyak. Tapusin mo natin to. Kasi endgame na kami, pa-endgame na kami. Doon pa lang na-feel na namin na, sa amin to, sa amin to. Pagkapuntos ni Jaja, ng time na yon, napaluhod na lang talaga ako na unang na pumasok sa isip ko, thank you Lord. Lagi kong sinasabi sa mga teammates ko na hindi nagsa-champion yung isang team ng 6 lang ang gumagawa sa loob ng court. Kaya nagsa-champion yung ibang team kasi if ever na mawalan ng laro yung isa, may naka-ready na mag-fill in. So dapat ready yung bawat isa sa amin kung sino man yung ilagay sa loob ng court.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Playtime Philoil Center in San Juan City and the reinforced conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. 3 exciting matches await you in today's first round preliminaries. Match number 20 features our CHERY Tiggo Crossovers and our Galeries Tower Highrisers. Officiating this match, we have our national referees. First referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Second referee, Mr. Marlon Macabenta. Let's call on our starting lineup from our CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 2, Abigail Maraño. At number 1, Princess Robles. Wearing jersey number 10, Victonara Gala. At number 11, Alina Joyce Bicar. Number 22, Pauline Marie Monique Gaston. And number 25, our guest player from Kazakhstan, Unieska Robles Batista. Starting libero is number 9, Jennifer Nierva. And head coach, Mr. Norman Miguel. Presenting our Galeries Tower Highrisers. Let's begin jersey number 3, Isabel Jamie Jimenez. At number 7, our foreign guest player from Montenegro, Yelena Svijovic. Number 11, Dodi Risa Joy Batindaan. At number 13, France Elise Ronquillo. Wearing jersey number 17, Fenella Risha Emnas. And at number 19, Jean Asis. Starting libero is number 6, Juliet Katindi. And head coach, Mr. Godfrey Okumu. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games Philippines.
There is a
Board.
switch up in the starting unit for the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. A change in setter as Alina Bicar will start things off for them. She did start in sets 2 to 4 in their previous outing versus the Petrogas Angels after coming off the bench for Jasmine Nabor. On the other end, for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, we're going to be seeing the second starts respectively for Franz Ronquillo and Fen Emnas. Let's see if that type of change will be able to help out Yelena Siviovic and company. On the other end, there you see Uni Batista, and we're seeing once again our reinforcements because we do have that theme, the attacking theme for today, as these two have been challenged with their spiking efficiency in our conference so far. Well, to kick things off, it is Franz Ronquillo with the opening point.
It's a strong start here for Galeries. You mentioned earlier in the pregame mix that both teams have not had their first win here so far in the Reinforced Conference. So this is an opportunity for them to change things up today.
Both are 0 and 3. And we are in the pool phase, 5 games each. Top 3 versus the bottom 3 as we cross over after this. But now we equalize things. CHERY Tiggo now on the board.
It's Aragalang coming from the right pin, the veteran for CHERY.
Aragalang opened up their campaign with 15 points versus Zeus Coffee, but hasn't reached double figures ever since. This is Ces Robles, a more consistent scorer for the crossovers. Emnas setting things up at the middle. Batista to counter and to score.
The Batista, the reinforcement for CHERY, just breaking that block, but good defense by Genierva as well.
Batista has cracked the 20-point mark twice. Had 22 versus Zeus Coffee and 21 versus Petrogas. Her conference low was 17 versus Akari, ironically in their 5-set match. Galeries down by 1. That's gonna fall short, but still a touch by CHERY Tiggo. And now a point for Abby Marano.
It's a good swing by Chang Abi. Alina Bakar activating all attackers here from the left pin and the right pin so far.
A 3-0 blitz now for the EV Crossovers as Ces Robles continues to serve. Always good to have her at the service line. Overpass. There you go. It started with a serve.
So Abby Marano being strong at the net here for CHERY Tiggo. So far, so good for CHERY.
4-1 now. One more time for Ces Robles. Once upon a time, a best server in the UAAP.
That's right. Good serve.
Back row. Nerba will bump it up for Aragalang. And Aragalang will get her second point.
Steady performance so far from the CHERY Tiggo crossovers. I mentioned this in the pre-game. This is something that they do need to fix here. But Galeries will now call for a time.
The pass. You don't have to send it near the net. Just somewhere outside. Right? Next, the defense. If the ball is given this side, we talked about it. Our sweeper is staying, more on this side than here. Okay? And then we are not spiking. We try to spike, but it's not better side up. So let's bring up back our spike.
Okay.
Everything is working well. We don't need to spike hard. Okay? Execution is go.
Early wake-up call here by Coach Godfrey Okumu as it's been 5 straight points for CHERY Tiggo.
And Ces Robles has been at the service line targeting Yelena.
Will it be the same this time around? The answer is yes. Off the better pass though, a point for Franz Ronquillo.
That's a good swing by Franz Ronquillo. Galeries able to get side out after that long run for the CHERY Tiggo crossovers.
You know, this is one player that we've been looking forward to step up for
Yes.
Galeries Tower in the past couple of conferences. Franz Ronquillo has been that woman for them, scoring-wise. But now it is a service error from her. A quick side out for Abby Marano and company. Same target. Sivijevic unable to score. Here's Batista
Ooh.
down the line. That was in.
What a swing by Batista down the line. She has that height. She has the might.
And a pretty quick swing at that.
Yes. Explosive approach. No blockers for Galleries.
7-2 now. Bump onto the opposite. Marano as the setter. Aragalang sends it through. Practically a chance ball. Pipe. Longest rally so far. Sivijevic still no good. Aragalang's turn, sending it long on the cross court. And that will send us to our first technical timeout at 8-2.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Back inside the Phil Oil, Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan. Aragalang and the rest of the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers are off to a great start. 8-2 is our tally in set number 1. Franz Ronquillo was able to get an attack point a while ago, but they're going to need a lot more of that. Service for Abby Marano. It's Isa Jimenez. That's sent back. Great net defense by CHERY Tiggo.
No, with Galleries, they do have received so far. It's in the setter's box.
This Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elasto Seal. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon.
So far, so good for reception for Galleries. It's the spikers that need to a lot of attempts, but it's not equated to a kill right away, and that's the problem with Galleries so far. Also, the sets of MNAS are a bit too low to the spikers as well.
Those two departments have been challenges in this conference. Galleries is dead last in spiking, and they're second to the last in setting. As there you go, another spike becoming an error.
Errors piling up here for Galeries Tower. Not the start they want here in set number 1.
But the start that CHERY Tiggo wants on
Yes.
the other end, 10-3. Now it's Jean Assis. Good save by Jen Yerba. Galang will send it through for a chance ball. Galleries to maximize. Could not exploit it. Batista's turn. Good read by Yelena. Pipe. Good rally. Galleries once again. For defense, very much active here.
Ooh.
And it says Robles scoring from the back. But now we send it to the side to Jules Israel.
Migs and Jamie, you know, whenever I catch up with our PVL reinforced guests, they admit to me the high pressure and expectation that comes with their role. And Uni Batista is no different. She is not satisfied with her performance just yet. For her, that validation will come once her team crosses over to the winning column. She candidly acknowledged that she still doesn't have the best connection with her setter, but it's something they're constantly working on, and hopefully today it's an improved aspect we'll see on court. And as for Yelena Sivijevic of the Galeries Tower Highrisers, she knows she's part of a good team with great qualities. They have the essential traits of faith, hope, and hard work. During every practice and every play, they try to master, but playing more aggressive is what Yelena is going to do today as the Galeries Towers aim to rise above their struggle and turn this frustration into fuel. What a treat it'll be watching our reinforced guests play their hearts out today, Migs and Jamie.
I want to go back to that point about Uni Batista and her developing her chemistry with her setter, That's a good thing to have when you also have Jamie Lavitori as your analyst. Usually, how much time does it take for you to build chemistry with a reinforcement?
Honestly, I feel like it would take a little bit over a month.
Okay.
But sometimes reinforcements come maybe just a few weeks before training actually starts. That's why the real test, of course, the real experience is when the games happen.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
So let's see if Uni Batista will be able to continue developing that chemistry, as now it is 13-3.
Getting where the spike is at. Both the balls are short. We want the ball to go here than here. Number one. Number two, we're not just giving the ball here. Bring the ball there. I'm expecting in here, cover here. The people cannot come all the way. Yeah, no, just stay here.
First,
Yeah, and then watch. Yeah, this is the second ball. Same place. Again, I was spiking. Okay? I expect you to set the ball.
Coach Godfrey and Jamie are very much aligned with the spiking points that you made, especially now with the deficit raised to 10 points for Galeries Tower.
There's Julia Cornell.
Yeah, not available today. Nothing too concerning though for the fans of Julia and Galeries Tower. She'll be back soon. Sivijovic blocked. Great blocking there by Pauline Gaston.
Free ball.
Alina choosing Uni. It's sent back. One more. Different attacker, slide action. And that kick is not legal by Coach Godfrey Okumu.
Can't do that here.
Yes.
But Pauline Gaston very active in that rally. She had a block, and this time going down the line with a slide attack.
Good to reward her off of her great net defense. 14-3 now. Assist tipping it through. A much needed side out by Galeries Tower.
And Jean Assis, it's important to activate her as much as possible while she's still in the front row. She's quick, she's agile, she's explosive here for Galeries.
Battle at the net, almost won by Alina Bekar. That was against Elena Sivijovic.
Ooh,
But that is a cross-court hit by Uni Batista.
what a swing by Uni. You can see the development here in terms of chemistry with Alina Bekar. Changing the plays here, having to set a little bit inwards combination play there.
3 points now for Uni Batista in this game. Tying Aragalang and Pauline Gaston as the top scorers. That slide fell low for Jean Assis. And now we have our second technical timeout at 16-4.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back to set number one here in San Juan. CHERY Tiggo off to a great start, 16-4 now. I want to mention their biggest set victory in the conference so far. That was 25-17 versus Akari in set number 4, 2 games back. So this is very much on pace to
Yes.
become their most dominant set. On the other end, for Juliet Katindig and the rest of Galeries Tower, remember in Ilagan, it was quite a struggle for them. In set number 1, they only scored 9 points. Now, they only have 4, and yet CHERY Tiggo already has 16. There is a substitution by Coach Godfrey. Demi Pacres is in. They also have Ivy Perez. Let's see if this switch-up can prove to be effective. Not the best first ball by Elena. And she's met at the net, but wow. Somehow, some way, she's able to score.
No, those are the balls of Genierva and Aragalang. This is where CHERY Tiggo tends to have the inconsistencies that we've seen, the patterns that we've seen with this team, and those are the things that need to be fixed. Yes, they are ahead by a huge margin, but like Coach Norman, he does not accept those errors like that.
Especially if you want to start racking up wins in our conference. Down
That's
the line
inside.
hit. Yep.
Goodness.
Zone 1 for Ces Robles.
And it's not always about power, powerful swing. It's all about placement. Take a look at her arm there.
Yeah.
Guiding that ball down the line.
Making it look like target practice, as it is now 17-5. Pauline Gaston on the serve. Ivy Perez pushes to the open, and that's the best hit so far by Galeries Tower.
That's a better set from Ivy Perez, giving that hitting point to her spikers. Not too low, not too far off the net. Just what the Galeries Tower Highrisers need.
This is actually a great opportunity for Ivy Perez to step up with Julia Coronel sidelined for this game. Robles off the denial. This is Aragalang, D-ball play, and it works.
No, players just looking at each other. Yelena, Jean access on that attack of Aragalang. Just veteran moves, placement as well.
4 points now for Aragalang in this matchup. Dimi. That was dug up with a bit of a smile by Alina Bekar. And now, there was a ball touch off of the hit by Aragalang.
Bekar giving a little smile after that one. I saw videos from Ilagan. They were singing.
Yeah,
duet.
Dimi and Alina. Such a nice moment though
that,
for
yes.
two former Golden Tigresses bonding together. And isn't it such a great feeling to be able to deny your former teammate? Now it is an attack point for Galeries Tower. Great entrance by Cel Baliton.
Baliton giving Ivy Perez a hug after that point. Look at that. Good touch by Alina.
7 serving 19. Demi Pacres. Too wide for the Cebuana.
The air is just piling up here for Galeries Tower. No spark plug here in set number 1 for Galeries.
Well, we thought it was going to be that combination of Ivy and Dimi. Time maybe will be able to tell for us. Ronquillo overcooked that one. She was way under.
No, spikers of Galeries having a difficult time attacking here. Dimi, Ronquillo. You know, this is not the team that we saw in the past few conferences. Completely different Galeries Tower.
21-7. Back row, Sivievich, Redwell, Aragalang, the hot hand. Oh, that's very tight. You know, the battle at the net. This is Genierva bumping it up for Ara. Good denial onto the other side. Batista's turn. Still good net defense. But Indig keeping it up. Ronquillo met at the net. One more. The tip. Oh, that's very tight. Yeah.
That's too tight.
Very hard for Aragalang.
Aragalang knows and understands that shouldn't risk that one when the bump set is too near the net. Now with the sets of Ivy Perez, I'm very curious if the strategy of Coach Akuma wants a shoot set to the wing spikers on the left. That's what I'm seeing so far with Ivy. But I'm not sure if it's too low for them to attack.
Let's see if they can adjust to that as we go through this match. That was a sharp cross by Uni Batista.
A lethal swing going cross court. But there will be our first challenge of the match. Ball in, ball out challenge.
It did happen in front of the bench of Galeries Tower. And remember, Coach Garpy doesn't have any more timeouts left.
He's used both of them already.
So this could also be practically a timeout for him. 22-8 for our first game here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Reminding everybody, later on we have the CHERY Chargers going up against the Petrogas Angels and Creamline versus Zeus Coffee. That was definitely in. But you would see in the body languages of Galeries Tower that they really made the most out of that time to talk amongst each other. 22-8. Perez 1-2. That's quite a signature as well for Ivy Perez.
Ivy Perez, offensive setter here. Her classic 1-2 play is working for Galleries.
Ivy said, our spiking is not too efficient.
Let me
try.
Let me help out. Let me help out.
9-22. Galang. Wow, onto zone 1. 6 points for Ara.
Easy swings for the CHERY Tiggo crossovers. No urgency or even any reaction that we're seeing in the defense of Galeries Tower.
CHERY Tiggo is now 2 points away from winning set number 1. Wow, great effort by Jen Yerba to keep it alive. And it's all going to be worth it with that attack point by Uni Batista. And a hug, of course.
We're seeing good efforts from the defense of CHERY. Then it's followed by a kill. And that is what is lacking for Galeries Tower. The reception is good. Ivy Perez is setting up her spikers very well. It's the spikers that need to be more consistent, I would say, here in set number 1.
We did see the card raised for a floor touch. Galeries Tower trying to contest Jen Yerba's save, but will it continue? Challenge might not push through here.
Mid-play pa rin tayo, coach. No, mid-play, coach. Mid-play. You have to challenge mid-play. Well, when the instance happen, you have to challenge it already.
There you go. Challenge will not push through. It's too late.
When you see something wrong or you assume something is wrong, that's when you have to press the buzzer right away.
Yes. So, it's 24-9 now. And that drop will end set number 1, 25-9 for the second straight game. The set 1 score for Galeries Tower is this, a 16-point difference. This will be the most dominant set for CHERY Tiggo in their conference. This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Aragalang off to a blistering start with 6 points in set number 1.
Oh, 25-9, Idol.
Set number 1 was wrapped up in 22 minutes. Pure dominance by the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers as they are displaying their hunger for their first victory. 25-9, Jamie.
The CHERY Tiggo crossovers breezing through in set number 1. Aragalang, Cesc Robles. What a performance from them in total. All the spikers with a 50% attack efficiency. That just goes to show the Galeries Tower Highrisers are not urgent in terms of defense. They're not talking enough, especially amongst themselves. As we see the set 1 stats here. 19 attacks for CHERY Tiggo and only 7 for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. In terms of airs mix, they didn't tally a lot, and that's what I was saying in set number 1. The receive is there. The sets are a bit consistent until Ivy pairs came in, but it's the attacking, no 1-2 punch that they have when they need that quick side out. They have no one to lean to. There's Jean Assis, who's very explosive. You can activate her a bit more when she's in the front row, and also activate Franz Ronquillo in the back row.
And so far, Ronquillo has 3 points. Assis only has 1. Aragalang on the other end has 6 points, tied with Uni Batista as the leading scorers of CHERY Tiggo. You mentioned their 50% attack efficiency. That is way too high.
Very high.
And on the other end, only 17% for Galeries Tower. So, are we going to see a way different set number 2 here, which is the mission of the Highrisers? They're coming off of a loss versus Creamline, in which they only scored 9 points in their opening set, 11 in set 2, and 15 in set number 3. On the other end for CHERY Tiggo, no losses actually in straight sets. In their previous matchup versus Petrogas, it was a loss in 4 sets. Both teams very hungry for their first victory in Pool B. As now we welcome you to set number 2. Ivy Perez on the first serve. Aragalang sending it to the back. Counter coming from Isa Jimenez, and was it 4 touches? Yes.
4 touches in that sequence.
There you go. Another attack that does not even go above the net. It has happened at least, what, 4 times in this game?
Quite a few times for Isa Jimenez. That's a good serve.
Back row, Sivievich. Good save by Robles. Now on to Robles Batista. And that will register a point.
It's a good swing for Uni for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. Good set by Alina Bekar, and down the line she goes. Look at that.
7 points now. Batista in this game. 2 love in set 2. Selbaliton off the block will score.
We have Carly Hernandez starting here in set number 2.
That will be able to help out the floor defense of Galeries Tower. Practically 2 liberos now in for them. Carly has done playing the service specialist role for quite a while now. Great approach. That's a fireball right there by Uni Batista.
What a bullet coming from Batista. And it all starts with a good reception. Steady reception for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers, and an even better swing by Batista. There's Aragalang already with 6 points.
You know, it's good that you're mentioning the reception of CHERY Tiggo, because they're dead last right now in that category in the entire league. So why not start now in terms of increasing and improving your reception efficiency? Isa Jimenez blocked by Batista.
Trapped in that sequence.
This Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elasto Seal. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. A monster block by Batista. Battle at the net. Violation committed by Galeries Tower. It was an illegal block committed by the Highrisers.
An illegal monster block.
And they wanted to get retribution off of that Batista block a while ago.
It's too low.
There you go, another block. This time it's Pauline Gaston.
You know, the sets are too low for Galeries earlier. In set number 1, we have Demi Pacres wide open from the right pin. No blockers there.
What a reaction by Pauline. That beautiful block, 6-1.
So set them away from the net. our pass, guys, our pass is kind of tight. So the setter is left with very little option to set the balls. So let's pass the ball slightly away from the net. And then don't push the ball close at the net. Okay? Spikers, don't jump and swing. Slow down a little bit. Get your timing right. Okay? Get your timing right for the spike.
Back to the game. Now 6 serving 1. Aragalang doing the honors for CHERY Tiggo.
Serving for CHERY Tiggo EV.
Batista,
Ooh.
off of the hit by Sivijevic, will be able to score using her left hand for the first time.
You know, she's adjusting. She has the height, the bump set of Alina Bakar a bit too tight. But she still manages going above that block of Galeries.
That really is quite the skill to use your offhand.
I mean, if you have the height as well, you got to use that.
But there are actually some players who have
Still
mastered
good.
that art, using your offhand. That time around, it's a dominant hand for Uni Batista, sending us to our first technical timeout in set 2.
8. CHERY Tiggo EV. 1. Galeries Tower.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
And you're back. We're watching the PVL Reinforced Conference 2025. It's the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers versus the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Migs and Jamie, I had a chat earlier with Franz Ronquillo and Captain Rosel Baleton of the Galeries Tower Highrisers, and they admitted that they have the skills, but now they need to stitch it all together. Captain Rosel was honest in acknowledging their struggle, but the wins we don't see in the stat sheet is the way they respond to these challenges and being responsive to feedback and taking setbacks lightly and in communicating openly with each other. For this team, their back-to-back losses are a learning streak, not a losing one. Consistency and conversion will be the name of the game for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, and once they've laid this foundation, they might just make a comeback in the set. What do you think about these pointers, Mix and Jamie?
You know, I gotta get a copy of the dictionary of Jules Israel.
Yes,
It's a
these
learning
words.
streak.
These words today, my goodness.
Yeah, I like it. Great creativity. We'll be using that moving forward. But then again, Galeries Tower will have to apply their lessons as soon as possible.
You know, with Galeries this game, you really need to give your full effort just to get a point. And then it's followed by a misserve.
Yeah.
That's the downside. I mean, hence the score in set number 1. And now here in set number 2, down by 7.
Sivijevic down the line target. Back
That's a
row
good-
for Batista.
It's a good dig by Jen.
Yelena again. Jen still there. Alina on to Ces Robles. Read well by Sivijevic. Now it's Dimi. Off speed. The chase by Uni Batista.
Good effort.
And the rally continues. Ivy back to Dimi. Another drop.
Still good.
Longest rally. Dimi sending it back. Gaston from the middle. Sivijevic. That's in onto zone 5.
Longest rally so far here in set number 2. And it's the reinforcement in Yelena attacking right behind Jen Nierva.
That could be the spark that Galeries has been looking for. Sometimes, yes, it can come in the form of a rally.
Or an ace.
Or an ace, maybe.
An attack.
Just like what you said earlier, wag niyong sasayangin ng puntos.
Yes.
With a service error. That time it was in. Off the hit by Robles. It's assist from the middle. D-ball. Nice dig by Dimi with animation. Slide. Down the
Oh, there we
line.
go. When you have Jean Astis in the front row, you gotta maximize her as much as possible. Look at that swing. Targeting Genierva, running attack.
That is attack point number 2 for the Aces in this game. 3 serving 10. Momentum now swinging toward Galeries Tower. That's not going to help as Pauline Gaston responds.
That's her 5th point of the match so far. Pauline Gaston.
She's racking it up. That's a good number if you
Yes.
think about it for a middle blocker. Galang has 6 and it's 11 for Batista ahead of her. 11-3.
That's the set.
It's looking higher now
Yes.
for Sivijevic. There you go, higher again. And it works.
It's time as she goes down the line. We're seeing Galeries a bit more aggressive mix here. It's set number 2. Look at that. Targeting Uni.
To your point though, that makes a lot of difference.
Yes.
Gotta put your attackers in a comfortable position to score. Robles denied. Coverage by Nierva. Says again. Got a touch and Carly was a bit late.
That's off the block for Seth Robles here in set number 2. She's up against a tall wall here against Jean Assis. But off the block, that's her specialty. And like you mentioned, makes Carly a bit late.
Ivy Perez getting her 2nd attack point.
2 for 2 so far for Ivy Perez on that 1-2 play.
6-11. Jean Assis now taking her turn. It's Aragalang, met at the net, put up by Yelena. Carly tried to cover herself. Unfortunately, it's going to be a block point for CHERY Tiggo.
Steady blocking for the CHERY Tiggo crossovers. And Carly, not the tallest of spikers, but finding a way in between the hands of Aragalang.
That's the first block point of Aragalang in this game. Carly, pambawi. There you go.
Only down by 6 points now here in set number 2. That's Carly Hernandez. Good reception by Yelena.
It's rare to see her in front.
Yes. And you mentioned she's usually going in for serving during crucial times.
So that means she's at the back.
Yes. Good receive. Good serve, rather.
Free ball. Demi sending the ball to Jamie La Victoria.
Ready for a monster block.
Demi Pacres turning out to be the spark plug that Galeries has been waiting for.
See that one more time. Targeting Uni. The left hand.
You know, that really is the perfect role for Demi, being
Yes.
the spark plug. Because her animation on the court takes effect as well.
Her energy, her vibe, all of that ties in on the court.
Batista denied. Baliton feeling it.
More smiles we're seeing now for Galeries.
They've already matched their scoring output in set number 1. Timeout, CHERY Tiggo.
Bakit kayo nagugulat yun sa bola? Okay? Huwag na lang natin bigyan ng kumpiyansa. Yung dalawang dulo, ang bababa ng daan ng bola nila, taas nating mag-block. Di ba? Ipasok lang natin. The opposite is speaking this low. Not this block. Okay, let's go. Tara. Cut yan, cut. Stop na.
First time that we saw Coach Norman with a close-up, which also meant that that was their first time out. Now, sense of urgency being felt by Uni Batista and the rest of CHERY Tiggo. It's such a big difference now for Galeries Tower, the way they're moving. What have you observed?
Better attacking. They only had a 17% attack efficiency in set number 1. And also the sets of Ivy Perez are much higher.
You did observe the shoot sets in set 1. Didn't work.
Oh!
It's an ace!
And this is what I mentioned in the pregame with CHERY Tiggo. They can tend to be hot and cold. And this is where the consistency needs to come into play. That's the reason why Coach Norman usually gets frustrated.
And you know what? That tends to be a challenge, especially for a team that wants to contend.
Yes.
Consistency is such a thing for a contender. As now, they get a side out, a much needed side out. (13-10) Abby Maranyo. Baliton. Maranyo setting things up for Batista. That's
Free
a chance ball. Quite a late reaction by Yelena. Off the hit by Carly. It's Batista. Great approach. But somebody also touched the net. That's
So
a
the
point
point,
for CHERY Tiggo.
right? The point will be rewarded to the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers.
Yes. For a while there, I thought it was Uni Batista who touched the net. That could have been a good thing for Galeries Tower in terms of momentum, as now it is a service error by Abby Maranyo.
The first misserve for CHERY. It's Abby Maranyo.
CHERY's also dead last in the league in serving. 11-14. Batista. Whoa. That was nasty.
Nasty kill in the same exact spot as well. The cross court. Look at that.
Thus, we're hearing the music of Fireball.
That's your jam.
Yeah. Somehow, it has become my jam. And we're loving it. Off speed for Dimi. Batista. Denied, but it went wide off of Dimi Pacres. A point for Uni. Technical timeout, 16-11.
Timeout, 16. CHERY Tiggo EV. 11. Galeries Tower.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Presenting our Las Filipinas under-16 girls who will be proceeding to Jordan in November 1. So, of course, we're very proud of them. This is the future, basically,
Yes.
of Philippine pro volleyball as well. Looking at their idols right now, they're witnessing greatness. But man, what a program, Las Filipinas. Starting it young. That's a service error. Ball hitting the antenna.
Substitution. Galeries Tower. 12.
You know, that makes me, or that reminds me, that in 2029 we'll be hosting the Women's World
Right.
Championship.
How exciting.
By that time, these girls are going to be, what, around 18, 19
18.
years old?
College.
That's the time when you'll start peaking, right?
They'll be ready by then.
Mm-hmm. Pauline
That's
Gaston.
inside.
Much aggression on that
Yes.
approach.
It's already with 6 points for Pauline Gaston.
Presence well felt in this game, even with Jasmine Labor now as their setter. Is also in for CHERY Tiggo. 17-12, bump onto the opposite. Bit of a fading hit by Dimi Pacres. Counter with Zes. That goes on to the other side. Good save by Asis. Chance for CHERY. They send it to Mama P. Down the
Ooh.
line, Maylene Paat.
It's an instant impact by Mama P.
Oh, she's really enjoying herself. She's been dancing since the beginning of this game at the bench.
You know, it's nice also to have her on the court again.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she's an MVP in the PVL, after all. Scramble forced. Sivijevic, cross court, Nierva with a dig. Nabor
That's a
going
good
back
set.
row. Nice read by Ivy. Yelena again. Nierva there to counter her attack. And now it's a drop for Sivijevic.
Yelena taking advantage of the overpass by Genierva. Look at that. No coverage for Cherry.
18, Gallery still trying to whisper from behind. Bacres
Ooh,
too low on the serve.
it's also untimely. We saw a bit of the momentum rise for Galleries, but slowly faded.
Did you do that on purpose?
Honestly, no. I just realized it as I was saying it, and it sounded cool.
Yeah, good job, Jamie. You're sounding like Jules now.
It's contagious.
Attack point for Gene Assis at the middle.
I've been saying this, Mick, this entire game. You gotta activate Gene Assis, no matter what.
Yeah, that's your number 2 overall pick in the PVL draft. You gotta utilize her.
Good reception.
Mylene, cross. Bacres right there. Back row, Sivijevic.
It's outside.
Too long.
The ball is out by Yelena. Cherry now in the 20 mark here in set number 2.
And Mama P is serving. Mylene Baat. Would be nice to see her crack double digits once again. That's too wide now for Carly Hernandez.
Now the sets of Ivy a bit too low and off the net for Carly Hernandez.
Another serve for Mylene Baat. Not the best of passes. Ivy as the attacker. Marano as the setter. Robles.
There's a touch.
There you go. Another point for Ces. That makes it 5 now for Ces Robles in this game. Timeout, Coach Godfrey Okumu.
Galeries Tower.
So you have every time expect the ball to come to you, whether it's short or long. Second, when you're here, you can still go and back, pull back and receive this ball and still go. Yeah, don't be afraid. Okay? Again, blocking. We are jumping too early. Robles stays, and then when you're coming down, that's when she hits the ball. So let's wait until on the contact, that's when we push the block, yeah. Don't jump with her jump. Wait for the contact, then you go. Okay.
Fifi Sharma ready for action in our next game. It will be Akari versus Petrogas in Pool B. Our last matchup will also feature Creamline versus Zeus Coffee.
Good coverage.
Carly sending it through. There's a challenge.
It's a net fault, I believe. Yes.
There's a challenge.
Yeah, you did see the net move.
Galeries Tower.
And it is already awarded to Galeries Tower.
As the net fault was submitted by Marano.
He will get the point.
Galeries Tower 15.
Galleries really learned from what happened earlier, that they could not challenge when the rally is over.
Yes.
So, after applying it,
Geniuses.
they rewarded their 15th point. Set up to Ces Robles. Ivy had to chase that one. Bump onto Carly. Good chance for CHERY Tiggo. Back row. Uni Batista.
The swing was so fast. Bacres was still in transition to defend that one, but smart play by Jasmine Nabor. Look at this. Bit too late coming from Demi.
CHERY Tiggo now 2 points away from winning set number 2.
Good receive.
Carly, great approach. She gets a touch. That's her best attack so far. Two points now for Carly Hernandez. 16-23. Full front row for Ivy Perez. She's got Carly, Sel, and Dimi. Svijovic as the back row hitter. Slide. Abby Marano sent back. Onto Batista now. Great net defense. Uni again. Able to score.
And it works off the block for Uni Batista. As CHERY Tiggo just needs one more point, Migs, to clinch set number 2.
Abby Marano. Same target. Carly. That's too wide, and that's it for set number 2. This would be the second most dominant set for CHERY Tiggo in their campaign. 25-16. 25-9. This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's Vitamin Powered Whitening Lotion. Uni Batista now with 15 in this game. Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan. This is our matchup between the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers and the Galeries Tower Highrisers. So far, we have seen the two most dominant sets of CHERY Tiggo in their entire reinforced conference. And of course, we have attributed it into their attacking efficiency. It was 50% in set number 1. Quite a dip in set number 2, but the reinforcement, Jamie, Uni Batista, she's still at 50%.
That's right. Uni has just been on fire this entire game. She likes the sets coming from the setters of the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. Better reception. She's usually the target in reception, and she knows it. But also Genierva, Pauline Gaston, all helping in terms of providing stability for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. As we see here, the set 2 stats here, 14 attacks for CHERY and a better production from Galeries compared to their 7 attacks in set number 1. But take a look at that. They did tally, however, 8 errors, all missed serves. Usually also the attacks just hitting the net, not getting past the net, and that's something that they need to fix here in set number 3.
They were able to fix it momentarily in set number 2. Unfortunately, things normalized by the end of set number 3. I want to also comment on the error tally of CHERY Tiggo. Jamie, only 5 combined in the first 2 sets.
They're playing clean volleyball. I'm sure lessons have been learned, especially in their past games, in their training as well. And this is what we're seeing coming from them. Talking about the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers, as Bautista with 15 points and Sujovic with 5 points so far. Shocking, only 5 points so far, which goes to show that the attacking is definitely causing problems for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. This was asked earlier, the PL question, and Jules asked me, and this is exactly what we've noticed in terms of patterns that they do need to break. Talking about Galeries, the sets need to be a bit more consistent as well. They've been pretty much low for the spikers of Galeries.
And that's why there have been a lot of balls meeting the net off of the spikes. Set 3 now ongoing inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. This is Ara Galang, able to play it sharp on that point.
Just veteran moves by Aragalang, nothing too flashy or fancy there. Going sharp cross court.
So now Aragalang is 1 point away from reaching double figures for the 2nd time in the reinforced conference. Alina Bicar is also back in play after we saw a lot of Jasmine Abor in the previous set. Chance ball. Galeries to capitalize. Ronquillo. She's been missing for quite a while now. Ivy Perez hasn't been though, and that will be her 3rd attack point. Check that, it's 4 points in total, but yeah, 3rd attack point for Ivy Perez.
Yeah, we've seen her 1-2 plays successful for her team.
You know what? That makes her the 2nd top scorer of Galeries Tower, just behind the 5 of Yelena Sivievich.
That's inside.
Scores an ace.
An ace for Galeries Tower. Ivy Perez now tied with Yelena Sivievich. 5 points.
What a serve right behind Genierva.
Service, Perez.
2-1, Galeries Tower. Back row, Batista. Man, she's been launching these fireballs here and there.
Giving Alina that look. Good set from Alina Bicar.
So now she's above 50%.
Number 1, Princess
Robles with 5 points.
That's too low, but it works.
Baliton, quick attack.
Point is a point for Rosel Baliton.
Targeting zone number 5. Now with 4 points in this match. That's a player who had come off the bench in this matchup. This is the best start of Galeries Tower in this game. And as I say that, it's a service error by Franz Ronquillo. Deadlock at 3.
Team captain, Abby Marano.
Abby Marano's turn.
Tiggo EV.
Good serve.
Back set. Timmy pushing it through.
Still good.
Will this be challenged?
Yes.
Coach Norman quick to ask for it.
There's a challenge on the floor by CHERY Tiggo for a floor
So
top.
they want to replay the point. Talking about the EV crossovers. Galeries Tower still looking for their first set victory in the reinforced conference. Both teams are looking for their first win. They are in Pool B alongside Petrogas, Akari, Creamline, and Zeus Coffee. And remember, in our format, there will be a crossover. Top 3 and bottom 3. That's, of course, vice versa. Pool A and Pool B crossing over before we proceed on to our knockout phase. All this, of course, in order for us to be able to provide enough time for preparation and readiness for our national team in the Southeast Asian Games. Floor touch challenge happening in set number 3.
Taking quite some time here.
Is that angle enough for us to be able to tell? Well,
No
the
floor
challenge
touch.
is successful.
Yes. Good pancake save by Galang.
That means we replay the point.
Score is tied at 3. Team captain, Abby Marano. Serve.
3-all.
Pacres.
Cross-court hit works for Dimi Pacres.
4-7-3.
2 points so far from Demi Pacres. Has that hefty hand. That swing.
You know, her effectiveness in this game could be understated though by her scoring.
Yes.
Batista denied. Coverage by Alina Bicar. Bump onto the same attacker. How about that? Great net defense by Galeries Tower. Now it's their time to shine. Demi sending it through. Practically a chance. Batista again. Her drop will work.
Batista.
Batista's just on a roll here, changing speed and height here.
She got 17 points. Deadlock at 4, Aragalang. Sivievich, out of power there, but still met by Ces Robles. Power on the other end by Batista. One more, Uni. Galeries to counter. They send it to their reinforcement. That's a chance ball. Off the tip, we're not yet done. Free ball. Pauline Gaston.
There we go, Pauline Gaston. Telling Alina, good set. The receive is also a bit too tight, but Alina made a way.
CHERY Tiggo takes over. They get the lead 5-4. Sivievich. Batista. That is too wide per our linesman, but per our first referee. What is thy decision? The point goes to Galeries Tower.
Tied at 5. Demi Pacres. Serving for the Highrisers.
Good receive. Good
Good
coverage.
denial
Yep.
by Galeries Tower. The push by Batista. Bump onto Sivievich. That's too tight,
At hit the net.
even for Genierva to try to save it.
Serving 5.
Better attempt coming from Galeries Tower.
Demi Pacres once again, 6-5 in set number 3. Slide. Pauline down the
Ooh.
line. That's 8 points now for Pauline Gaston.
What a bullet by Pauline Gaston. Good receive by Genierva. Look at that.
It's wide open.
Serving for the crossovers.
6-all. 1-2, Ivy almost scored. There's a challenge.
There's a challenge from Galeries Tower.
Floor touch.
As long as you don't finish the ball.
The floor touch challenge.
This allows us to look at the statistics that we have so far. But our challenge is ready,
Ooh.
so let's see.
Floor touch, yes.
Okay. So the challenge is unsuccessful.
They gain 1 point and they serve.
We have Shaya now in for
Substitution.
Cesc Robles.
1 out, 23.
Check that. So it was challenged by Galeries Tower. That's why it's successful. And
Yes.
Sivijevic will now be serving 7-6.
Serving for the Highrisers.
Good receive.
Pauline again. Oh, she loves that slide.
And it works.
We're tied at 7.
Good way to reward your middle blocker.
Activation from Pauline Gaston.
You know, I really feel for middle blockers. With the amount of effort that they exert, jumping at the net, going from left to right.
So tiring.
Yes. As now it is a block point by Shaya Adorador. Welcome to the game, Shaya. You will send us to our first technical timeout.
Galeries Tower.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
And you're watching the PVL Reinforced Conference 2025. The CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers take on the Galeries Tower Highrisers. The first game of today's triple header. Migs and Jamie, I don't know about you, but sometimes losses teach us lessons that wins cannot. And for Pauline Gaston, this is a silver lining that they are learning. Admittedly, earlier she said the team and herself has gotten better at accepting their shortcomings, acknowledging the skills and strategies they have to work on. Then again, growth springs first from self-awareness and not denial. This is the lesson the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers are realizing early in the conference. Pauline even views their first 3 losses as a blessing even, because they still have the luxury of time to correct their course. With a reframed perspective like this, let's see if they take their first win of the conference in this set, Migs and Jamie.
So for Galeries Tower, it's a learning streak. For CHERY Tiggo, it's a blessing streak.
Off the block.
And acceptance as well.
Ganon. Blessing and acceptance
We
streak.
love the growth mindset, the optimism
Yes.
between both teams.
Never too late to start piling up your wins in our reinforced conference.
Jean Assis. Serving for the
And you know what? The
Highrisers.
format actually gives a lot of chances for our teams. If you think about it, even in the knockout stage.
And she scores.
As it is going to be an ace for Jean Assis.
9-8.
Let's take a look at that one more time. What a serve by Jean Assis.
Still not the perfect pass. But
Ooh.
Shaya will be able to score.
You know, that attack
We're tied at 9.
was lethal in the bubble setup.
Uh-huh.
She would go for those off-speed attacks. I remember I was still in Chocomucho during that time.
Were you a victim of it?
Yes, unfortunately.
But you know what,
Ball is
Jamie?
out.
It really was mastered by Shaya in her UE days.
Crossovers,
The
up.
off-speed
Yes.
hit.
It just worked because the defense on the other side is awaiting for those hard hits.
Mm-hmm.
Their feet, it's planted on the floor and they don't realize to react quick enough to those off speed. Good set by Alina. Ooh,
That's not
Okay.
upbeat. That's power
Oh my.
by Aragalang.
11-9.
Just hitting practice for the CHERY Tiggo crossovers here. Alina Bicar giving her spikers.
That's 10 points now in this game for Aragalang. The second time that she has reached double figures in this conference. We have a timeout for Galeries Tower.
Highrisers.
If you go here, we're left with a big space. Let's guys, let's have a play with our plan. We have a plan. We have a plan. If you go out of the plan, we lose. The things you're doing that are
11-9 in set number 3. Dimi Pacres and Galeries Tower. You know, one might argue that they're playing better and better as the game goes by, but they still haven't cracked, you know,
The
that
code.
level of, actually equalizing and grabbing the lead. Ronquillo, though, scoring now.
And what's ironic is we've seen it already. We've seen them rise above the losses. We've seen it in the past conferences, but there's been a change, I would say, in terms of the attacking of Galleries.
Serving
I mean,
Galeries Tower.
Exhibit A, Julia Coronel, not even playing today. It's not easy for spikers to adjust to different setters in just
Yes.
one game alone.
That makes it 3 setters now that you're thinking about for Galeries Tower.
Come
as
on.
Aragalang finds a wide open zone behind the blockers.
Just very deceiving.
There's Julia Coronel. Again, to the fans of Galeries Tower, do not worry. It's not too concerning. She will be able to return soon.
Shaya Dorador. Serving for CHERY Tiggo EV.
12-10, Baliton. Batista. It's Ronquillo going down the line.
And that's
Too
outside.
wide.
Right idea for Ronquillo.
13-10.
That could have been her 6th point in this matchup, as now we have a
Hold on, there's
challenge.
a challenge
Is it block
on the
touch?
floor by Galeries
Or ball
Tower.
in, ball out.
For a
Block touch.
Challenge is block touch, Galeries Tower.
This is what we mentioned as the most common challenge that we have, the block touch challenge. Some middle blockers have even told us that because of the adrenaline that you feel, you don't feel the block
Yes.
touch from time to time.
And they're just too in the zone.
So we need the machines to help us out. I'd like to remind everybody that after this game, we'll have Akari versus Petrogas beginning at 4 p.m. and then Creamline versus Zeus Coffee beginning at 6:30 p.m. All games today are in Pool B of our reinforced conference. These two in front of us right now are at the bottom, looking for their first victory in their respective campaigns. CHERY Tiggo well on pace right now to earn that victory. I'm looking at the body languages of the players.
What
The-
do you see?
The bench of CHERY Tiggo.
I was watching that also.
They're so loose.
Backup dancers.
Backup dancers. Enjoying the music here in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. It's nice to see when they're coordinated with their dance moves.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But right now, it seems like Mylene Pat is trying to start things off again with their dancing.
For round 2.
Uh,
So just waiting for this video challenge.
very serious on the other end for Galeries Tower. Just a couple of laughs from their bench players. Okay. Yep, that's clean.
I'm surprised it was a block touch challenge. I thought it would be a ball in, ball out challenge.
Okay.
Crossovers,
We
score
continue.
and serve.
Shaya Adorador.
With the serve.
Service in.
Ooh,
The
one on
sound-
one.
The sound of that ball was perfect
11.
for Demi Pacres.
Good swing by Demi Pacres against Batista.
What do we call her? Boom Pacres?
Boom Pacres, yes.
That's a boom right there.
Yes.
Here comes the boom for Demi Pacres.
Good receive by Shaya.
That's a boom as well.
And what a beautiful set by Alina Bekar.
18 points for Batista, Uni Robles Batista. 14-11, Abby Maranyo.
Abby Marano, serving.
Baliton at the
Oh.
middle.
Baliton
2
with a
jumps.
That was quick.
reaction.
And all she needed to score that point. 6 points from Giselle Baliton.
Pauline was able to get a block on the first one, but no coverage on that second attempt.
That's a moment when height really mattered for Cel Baliton. That's Pauline. Tried to go for retribution. Chance ball. Different attacker. Batista wide.
Batista, too wide.
Too wide for
14.
Uni.
Galeries Tower now has a chance to tie things up in set number 3. Progression is there, but can they actually get over the hump and grab the lead?
Ooh,
Not like that.
3 point for the crossovers.
We're back with Aragalang.
Aragala, serving for
She has
CHERY
11 to
Tiggo
her name.
EV.
Mierva with a save. Free ball. Ooh, miscue there.
good dig.
Batista katindig with the dig. Sivijevic could not score. Alina
Oh.
will score.
Off the hand.
Easy point for Alina Bekar.
Just had to send it through. That's her first registered point in this game. 16-13.
13. Galeries Tower.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Take a look at this. Tibay, defensive player of the set, brought to you by Elasto Shield. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon. Pagkapasok ni Shaya Adorador, monster block agad nang ibinigay sa CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. There's still former reinforcement in Yelena Sivijevic.
Serving for the crossovers, number 10. Abby Dai.
16-13.
Ooh,
Opposite
that's
hit.
inside.
Right on
Yes,
the line.
that's inside.
Pacres.
Demi Pacres now with 4
16.
points. From the set.
CHERY Tiggo, 11 out.
And the Galeries Tower Highrisers
10 out.
trailing near CHERY here.
In.
Double sub in, Mylene Paat and Jasmine Avor.
Demi Pacres.
A lefty double
For the
sub
serve.
for CHERY Tiggo. And you know, this has become a pattern.
Is out.
A point to close in for Galeries Tower and then a service error. Quite unfortunate.
Foreign guest player, Uni Batista.
Lead
Serving
back
for the
up to 3.
crossovers.
Reception by France. And Sivijevic will score.
Sivijevic with 6 points so far,
That's her first in the set.
followed by Ivy Perez with 6.
Baliton and Ronquillo have 5. Asis and Pacres have 4. And again, nobody has reached double figures in the entire conference for Galeries Tower. As now it is going to be a point for CHERY Tiggo. Do we call that an attack point or an error? Right?
Right.
You know what? It's not our problem. Mylene Pat will take it either way. Zakarandang is now in for the first time, checking in for Abby Marano.
Pauline Gaston. Serving for the crossovers.
18-15. Pauline Gaston. Slide,
Oh!
assist. That looked really good.
We haven't seen a lot of attempts by Jean Asis this entire game for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. The reception is there. Gotta feed her the ball a bit more.
5 points now for Jean Asis off of 4 attacks. 16-18. Faulty reception. It's Shaya Adorador. Ronquillo, great elevation, but still dug up. Shaya. Nice save by Ivy Perez, but a chance ball is given. Combination.
Oh, it's
Denial.
outside.
Just too wide for Cel Baliton.
It's a combination play by Nabor and Mighty Five. Just swinging away here.
It's good that that happens because now Mylene Pat will go back to the bench. Aragala return. It's 19 serving 16. Ronquillo got a touch.
6 points for France Ronquillo. Not her usual.
I remember there was this conference when she was cracking 20 points.
All Filipino.
Yeah.
It was there, we've seen it.
At sunod-sunod yun, di ba?
Oh, that's too low.
What happened there? Demi inside.
I think Alina Bakar was going for a back quick attack on Galang, or she did not get a hand on the ball properly. But Demi going down the line.
5 points down for Demi. Galeries Tower just behind by 1. Oh, again, it happens. The service error after a perfect chance to equalize. Shaya now proceeding to the back. Not the best of passes. Ronquillo giving up a free ball. Is it Karandang? Nope. It's Batista, but still good. Sivijevic will push it through. Bump onto Uni. Denied. Back to zone 1. Cel Baliton.
And the Galeries Tower Highrisers have the momentum here at set number 3. Look at that perfect press by Baliton.
Here they are again, Jamie, down by 1. With service, France Ronquillo will do the honors. Can she put it in? That's a lot better. Batista, quite low, but still a touch by Galeries Tower. One more, Uni puts it down.
See, they cannot call a challenge because it's after the point. Their challenges are being called too late, talking about the coaching staff of Galeries.
Nakikita naman yun eh. Okay lang na hindi pumindot kasi pagka yung mid-play na ganun, mabilis dapat. Yung ganun, eh wala naman. Nakikita ng challenge sila. Basta pagka-block, tingin mong ano na, maski ganun lang, maski wala pang buzzer. Kasi mid-play yun eh. Nakuha mo? Hindi pwedeng after.
Sir, it was one blow, the ball bounced, and they continue to play.
It's late.
They will not, did not catch
Late
the
pa
ball.
rin eh. Dapat kasi pagka kita nyo ganon, maski sumenyas lang siya, okay lang yun. Eh kaso completed na yung laro, tsaka magcha-challenge. Hindi na tatanggapin. Okay? Sige. Masenyas lang, okay lang yun. Kahit hindi mag-buzzer, wala problema.
This has happened twice so far
Yeah, quite the
with
theme
Coach
for Galeries Tower in this game.
Okumu. Yes. If he sees there's a problem, call the challenge right away, not when the play is finished. That's inside.
At least they get the point back. 20 to 21.
CHERY Tiggo in hot waters here.
This is the third time in this conference that Galeries Tower has reached points. Can they capitalize on it? Carly Hernandez back as service specialist.
Serving for the Highrisers.
Aragalang. Oof. Not the best of passes from France. Vicar onto the open. Batista, sharp cross.
There we go.
Off the hand of Yovich.
And the sharp cross works this time.
20.
20 points now for Uni Batista. So she has reached 20 points for the third time in the reinforced conference. We have a timeout for
The pass. Don't push it near the net. Put it somewhere where the setter can play around with it. If it's too tight, we can't do combination. So we bring the passers around here. That's the most important. The rest is automatic. We just have to bring that pass.
crunch time in set number 3. Gene Assis and the rest of Galeries Tower looking to respond to that timeout by Coach Godfrey Okumu. Still looking for their first set victory in the reinforced. On the other end for CHERY Tiggo, they share this with Galeries Tower looking for their first win in their respective campaigns. Demi Pacres
Ooh,
able to outsmart Uni Batista.
Uni Batista having a difficult time on the other side, up against Demi Pacres.
That is
Just
point
smart.
number 7 now for Demi Pacres. She is the new leading scorer for Galeries Tower.
For the Highrisers.
But now she will be serving. Had an error a while ago. That time it's in. Alina to the open. Great denial. Deadlock at 22. Timeout. Coach Norman Miguel. Let's see that previous play. It's Ivy Perez with the help of Gene Assis. Let's go.
Pasa, okay passing natin.
End game, guys, Cherry! Focus the goal!
Don't look now. It is a virtual race to 3 in set number 3. Don't we just love it when we reach this point of the set? When-
Exciting,
Yeah.
exciting games.
It's anybody's set now. Let's see if CHERY Tiggo can respond. Another serve for Demi Pacres.
Serving for the Highrisers, number 23, Demi Pacres.
Good.
Batista. Nice dig by Andal. Itsivievich met at the net. Oh, a monstrous hit by Pauline, but still good. Now that's too low for Yelena Sivievich.
No, and we're seeing the attacking of units all cross court, but Andal has been there in the right spot. But we have Shaya now in the front row.
Guest player, Batista.
It's Shaya, Bikar, and Pauline in front. Slide.
Good cover by Pauline.
Back row, Batista. Ivy, slide again. Gina assist. That's a point, 23 all.
Firepower is all from Jean Assis on that running attack. And what a set, a rainbow slide set by Ivy Perez. Perfect target.
6 points for Jean Assis. Virtual race to 2. Sivievich sending it in. Slide on the other end. Pauline Gaston responds. Match point, CHERY Tiggo.
Pauline Gaston has been consistent all throughout this game. Already in double digits so far.
It's going to be the first time in this conference that she has reached double figures. Now she's serving for the match. First ball, Yelena. Ivy
That's too
onto
low.
France.
Good dig.
It's
Perfect.
still Pauline. Shaya. And that's it. She will win it for CHERY Tiggo.
Consistency from CHERY Tiggo this match. Team effort from the digging, the receiving, and then the attacking.
What a nice couple of sequences to end this game for Pauline Gaston. This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. From scoring on to digging, allowing Shaya Adorador to get that last touch. CHERY Tiggo will get their first victory in the PVL 2025 Reinforced Conference. But it was quite the scare by Galeries Tower, especially
Yes.
in set number 3. We definitely saw the progress.
We definitely saw the improvement of CHERY Tiggo. And as for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, they need to focus on attacking and also lessen the errors. And also in terms of the setting, sometimes the sets are high, sometimes it's low, and that's difficult for the spikers to adjust. Emnas was setting, Ivy was setting, and also they have to adjust to Julia Cornell, not the easiest task. And what a performance by CHERY Tiggo.
See our final score, 25-9, 25-16, 25-23. CHERY Tiggo now in the win column. And we did see a lot of great performances today. Aragalang reaching double figures. Batista reaching 20 points. But our Babad player of the game is brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family. Only with Devant. It is Pauline Gaston now being joined by Jules Israel.
Mix and Jamie, I'm with standout player Pauline Gaston. It's your first win, the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers for this conference. You told me earlier when we chatted before the game, it's not an easy ride. You still have a lot of cracks to seal. How did you do that in this game, Pauline?
I think we really polished everything the night before. Actually, it was not easy. And I think nilaban namin today all the things that we need to work on. And marami pa rin kaming kailangan ayusin. Di ba, guys?
Yes, agree. You heard that. Nabanggit mo nga na mas mahirap nga ang training nyo kahapon. How do you wish to carry this momentum moving forward bilang you're back on the win column na?
Siguro dapat mas intact kami as a team. Di kami magwawatak-watak. If training is hard, the games are hard, we need to stay closer together kasi it's a team sport. It's a whole team effort.
It's nice to see CHERY back on their game. Now, Pauline, do you want to greet anyone and wish anyone thank you?
First, I want to thank my teammates. Thank you for the excellent pass, everyone. Princess, Jen. The excellent digs, guys, and the good blockings. I also want to shout out to my family, to the Gaston family, the Mandanas family. Shout out kay Kuya Marbel, Ateleni, Mang Saldi. Shout out kay Francis and the whole Escandar family. Also, I'd really like to thank the coaching staff, the CHERY family, Ma'am Ada, Sir Romel, Sammy, everyone. And happy birthday po sa mga may birthday today.
Wow, whole team shout out. Thank you very much. much. And congratulations once again, Pauline Gaston. Back to you, Migs and Jamie.
I love that generic greeting by Pauline Gaston. At least, di ba, maraming nabati sa araw na ito. So congratulations to CHERY Tiggo, their first win in the Reinforced Conference. Up next, we have the Akari Chargers taking on the Petrogas Angels here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Thank you for joining us. For Jules Israel and my partner Jamie La Victoria, my name is Migs Gomez, saying thank you for joining us in our first game. We have 2 more here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Do not miss out for our PVL Reinforced Conference.